5 foot nothing next.
What's so important about being tall? It doesn't make you a better copper.
Maybe not, but it's what the public expects. You can't get respect if you're a midget. Of course, you have to do it for the minorities.
Oh, you'd rather we didn't have any minorities, would you?
Not if we have to lower standards.
Look, lowering height requirements doesn't mean lowering standards.
Of course it does. We'll lose our status with the public.
Sierra Oscar
Rubbish.
85 from Sierra Oscar. Are you receiving over?
Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
June, RTA, Addison Lane, junction of Coombe Road. Ambulance has been notified. Can you deal over?
Yeah, we're only about 2 minutes away.
Thanks, June.
It's the third on the left off Marley Road.
I know where Addison Lane is.
You any idea how many hurt?
Just the one, I think.
Oh, here it is.
Good, okay, thanks, Tony. Out.
Better let him get there first, eh?
Yeah, their first day is better than mine.
I had one last year. Oh, about 8 vehicles it was, just off the M62. Blood and guts all over the place. Didn't know where to start. Made the mistake of getting there before the ambulance, you see. Never again. Though London RTAs are nothing in comparison. You don't know how easy you got it down here.
Afternoon.
Okay, can you stand back, please? Come on, give the ambulance a chance. Thank you. Right back.
Which hospital, fellas?
St. Eunice's.
Yeah? What's that? Where is it?
She's pregnant.
Right, okay, can you clear away, please? It's all over now.
I saw it. She was on the pedestrian crossing.
Can I have your name, madam?
Jackie Stevenson. I live just over the road. They always drive too fast along here. We need humps or something. The girl didn't stand a chance.
Can you describe the car, Mrs. Stevenson?
It was a big Jaguar. black.
Ambulance is ready to go, all right, June?
Will you excuse me? I'm sorry.
It's your job, victim support and all that.
Right, you just go and take the woman's statement, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Could have been my child, right? I mean, what's the point of having a crossing if they drive like that?
Yeah, if you could just start at the beginning and tell me what you saw.
The cavalry's arrived at last.
Better late than never. So what's going on there? Witness. Yeah?
Oh, thank you, stranger. Hello.
Sir.
Afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
I'd like to see you both upstairs, right?
Good conference, sir?
Well, it seems our record with women officers over the last 10 years is not what it might be.
Well, what are they talking about? Promotion, sir?
Yes, amongst other things.
Well, we can't force people, sir. What do they want us to do?
I mean, the machinery's there, sir, if the female officers want to use it. It's up to them, isn't it?
It's up to us as well, Derek. I mean, we can facilitate, can't we? I don't want this station becoming some sort of Victorian backwater. You heard of vicarious liability, gentlemen?
Yes, sir. It means that we can all
It means that the Commissioner can make every supervising officer responsible in law for breaches of the Equal Opportunities Act right down to the rank of sergeant. That means we're all responsible under the eyes of the law. So it behoves us to inject a bit of enthusiasm into the situation, right?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to interview the female officers.
All of them, sir?
Well, there are only 5 on this relief, aren't there? That's part of the problem. I'll allocate 30. Now, let's make it 25 minutes each over the next 2 days, all right?
Yes.
312 to control.
Go ahead, 312.
We have a blue St. Eunice, female, unconscious, head injuries, possible pelvis injury. ETA, 8 minutes.
Roger, 312. Control out.
Yeah, her name's Julie Wilson. Here's a doctor's appointment card.
Can you hang on to it, please, love?
Sierra Oscar from 643 receiving, over.
Go ahead, June.
Yeah, the hit and run victim's name is Julie Wilson, DOB 22466, over.
Okay, June. Sierra Oscar out.
Sierra Oscar from 363 receiving.
Go ahead, Steve.
Got a few cars on the vehicle, Tony.
Yeah, witnesses remembered a bit more. Jaguar, probably XJ6, not black, blue. Partial index, Bravo 6 blank blank Alpha Romeo, over.
Have the relatives been notified?
Yeah, another officer's doing that. You know she's pregnant, don't you?
Well, there's not much point in you staying. I'll give you a ring. Sunhill?
Yes.
WPC?
Ackland.
Right.
Thank you.
Just reporting back to write up my ARB notes.
What was all that about?
Hit and run, Addison Lane.
Any witnesses?
There was one. Said the bloke stopped, actually. Then he took off again.
What about the victim?
Young girl. Pregnant, the ambulance bloke reckoned.
How bad is she?
Don't know, size. Pretty rough by the look of her.
Have you notified the relatives?
Next job.
And June's at the hospital?
Yeah, best place for her, too.
Meaning?
Oh, nothing inside. You know what women are like.
No problem with you two?
No, I can handle it. Just gonna have a quick cup of coffee, all right?
No, it's not all right. Notify the relatives first, then pick up June from the hospital. And close the door.
What are you going to put in this questionnaire then, Andrew?
Oh, basic information gathering first. How much working time have you spent in the last 2 weeks in the company of an officer of the opposite sex?
And what's that going to tell you?
Well, hold on. And then, have you found working with an officer of the opposite sex more difficult, less difficult, the same as working with an officer of the same sex?
Oh, yeah.
Extrapolating this, we should be able to assess the attitudes of officers of both sexes.
You'd be lucky.
I've done it before, sir. There is a formula.
Yes, well, a word from the wise.
Sir?
Make it anonymous.
You think so?
I certainly do. You don't think they're going to be honest if they've got to put their name on it, do you?
Oh, I see what you mean.
When PCs aren't going to tell their problems to a chief super, are they? A sergeant be lucky if he can find out.
Point taken, sir.
Yeah, well, be lucky.
Oh, right, sir.
Spread the word, Reg.
Yes, sir.
You got your ARB witness notes there? Can I see them?
Sure.
Oh. Do we know who called 999?
Mrs. Stevenson, I suppose.
Well, she doesn't mention it here.
She might not mention it there, but it must have been her, mustn't it?
Well, didn't you think it was worth finding out?
It's just another AR.
Oh, is that all it is? Isn't anything important to you?
It's just another job.
What's this, Derek? Another PR job?
The latest enthusiasm. He must have got a real rollicking down at the yard this morning.
So we all have to be reminded of it, do we?
You better believe it.
Remember vicarious liability, Derek.
Don't you stop.
I know what we should do for equal opportunities.
What's that?
Urinals in the ladies' loos.
You be wanting a hand next.
Alec. It might be wise not to roster Ackland and lock them together for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suspect they're not hitting it off too well.
Who does with him? Anything in particular?
I don't know. He's just got the wrong attitude.
Since when do we bother whether they like each other or not?
It's more than that. I mean, normally I just leave them to get on with it. And Mr. Brownlow's got a bee in his bonnet about WPCs.
He's been on a course. It's got all the signs of a man who's been on a course.
Yes, come in.
Ah, no. Here's the draft questionnaire for all ranks for you to have a look at, sir.
Oh, good.
And Marion's just given me the proposed rota for WPCs to see you today and tomorrow.
Oh, one other thing, Andrew. Make a note for the next relief training day to allow at least an hour and a half for this matter, all right?
Certainly, sir.
Sarge,
Yeah, no, I'd rather hold. History.
can I take a car?
Yeah, sure. What for?
I've got to go to St Eunice's.
That's the hit and run victim, isn't it?
Yeah.
June?
Yeah?
You all right?
Yeah, of course I am.
Well, mate, that was quick. Not much to say, wasn't it? Just a glancing blow. God, dear, this could do with all the help we could get. Give us a sauce. No, red. So. You know, I miss being a beat copper sometimes. At least you get the variety.
You reckon?
Yeah. We never get to do anything else. Same car, same boring roads, same boring blood and guts.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Tell you what, that bloke was doing about 50 when he hit the brakes.
Yeah?
Don't learn, do they?
Never will.
It's worse than British Rail.
She was extremely lucky in that respect. But you know she lost the baby? Yes. Can I talk to her now? Yes, but not for too long. Her husband's on his way, coming from Scotland, I believe. Right. Is that all? Yes, thank you. Hello, Julie. I'm June Ackland. I saw him. The driver? My baby. Yes. Look, I'm sorry. I've got to ask you some questions. Can you tell me what he looked like? Julie, what can you remember of the accident? I mean, can you describe the car? We need your help to find the man who did this. Kill my baby.
Why am I the first? Somebody's got to be.
Yeah, but why me?
Why not? It's not just you, he's seeing everybody.
Well, what's it for?
He just wants to chat with all the women officers.
Oh, does he now?
I didn't hear that, French.
Oh, Mrs. Stevenson, do you remember me? We spoke this afternoon at the accident.
Yes.
Can I talk to you?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
So, WPC French, how are you settling in?
Oh, great, sir.
Good. Everybody treating you all right, are they?
Oh, yeah. But why shouldn't they, sir?
Oh, no reason. It's just that, you know...
I'm new here. No, there's nothing I can't handle.
Oh, I'm beginning to realise that. Good. On probation, you're learning the ropes, all right?
Terrific, sir. I mean, it makes Hendon seem like a piece of cake, of course, but the sergeants have been really great, very helpful. And Sergeant Peters, he's a laugh, isn't he?
Yes.
So what do you want to talk to me about, sir?
Well, I just want to make sure that our women officers are looked after, you know, that any problems are aired. People are fulfilled and happy.
As Larry, sir. No, Sunhill is great. Do you like it here, Mr. Brownlow?
Yes, it's a very challenging station, very challenging times.
But there's still more the ladder to climb, eh?
Look, Delia, this is not about me, it's about you.
Yes. Sorry, sir. But don't worry about me, Mr. Brownlow. I mean, I'm sure you have got enough on your plate already.
Oh, June, there you are. Been at the hospital all this time?
I made another call. Mrs. Stevenson, witness to the hit and run.
Why? That's not your job.
I happen to think it was important enough to do.
June, you know better than this.
We are human beings, aren't we?
Of course we are. But would you have been so concerned if the victim had been a man?
A man would hardly have lost a baby, would he, Sarge?
Where did you disappear to?
The hospital. Then I went to see Mrs. Stevenson.
What for?
She told me that she hadn't phoned 999.
So what?
Well, don't you think it was worth us trying to find out?
Not especially. Inquiry section job.
You don't give a damn, do you?
Listen, don't you tell me. I had to inform her husband. That isn't easy, even for a bloke. Take some sensitivity, you know.
You won't believe what I have just been through. He's in another world, Mr. Brownlow. I just want to make sure our women officers are deliriously happy with, oh, and let me look up your Christian name here on this form, Delia. I tell you, I reckon we're doing all right down here compared with them. Some senior officers have got the problems. I mean, I ended up sorting him out. He actually couldn't bring himself to say black. I mean, they weren't having any problems because you're a RWPC secretary. He died laughing. This station really the hoot, isn't it? What are you thinking, June?
Oh, that pleasure's still to come.
You love it. Love. Very challenging station. Very challenging time.
Come in.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Hollis?
It's a Federation matter, sir.
Yes?
Have you got the rota for the male officers' interviews with the Chief Super, sir?
Are you attempting to extract the Michael, Hollis?
No, sir. Equal Opportunities has got two sides, sir. If my male members feel that my female members are receiving favourable treatment, they'd be justified in evoking the legislation themselves, sir.
Have any of your male members complained to you, Hollis?
No, not yet, sir.
Well, thank you for drawing it to my attention. I'll take it on board.
My name's Proctor Jones. May I speak to someone in connection with a motor accident earlier today?
June. Yeah. Would you like to meet me for a drink later?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
Yes, come in. Ah, June, nice to see you.
Sir.
Do sit down. Everything all right?
Fine, sir.
Workload not too heavy?
Same as ever, sir.
Well, I expect you've heard from the others what this is all about.
No, not really, sir.
Well, it's just a periodic chat to make sure everybody's fulfilled to their potential. To make sure we're not neglecting our WPCs in particular. You know, if anybody wants to apply for a course, promotion, make sure they're duly encouraged, you understand?
Sir.
Good. I mean, do you feel there's genuine opportunities for you here at Sunhill?
Yes, honestly, it's not an issue for me, sir.
Something the matter, June?
No, it's just been one of those days.
Well, we all have those, don't we?
No, we don't. Not all of us. Do you know what women are treated like in this job, sir? Oh, yeah, a WPC is the station bike when it suits the lads. But when it comes to child molesting, distressed mothers and children, the nasty rape cases, it's always us who have to deal with them. We're needed then, we're respected even. It's always the women who get the delicate jobs, and they are awful. They just tear you apart. And do you know why, sir? It's because emotions aren't respected in this job.
June, I don't think it's as bad as that, but I do understand how you feel.
With respect, sir, you can't understand. Why? What did he say to you? Oh, nothing worth repeating. Just how things were as bad for the men as they are for us.
We all know how true that is, don't we? If your name was John, you'd be a sergeant by now, or an inspector.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, what am I doing at my age?
They do rate you, though. You know that, don't you?
Oh, I don't know, Kath. I've had it up to here today.
Come in.
June, your hit-and-run driver's just walked in.
What?
Reckons he did stop, but he panicked. Dialed 999 himself from his own car phone.
Oh, did he?
He's in the front interview room. Bob Cryer's asking for you.
I'm right there.
Well, Mr. Proctor Jones, it's my duty to caution you. Yeah, come in. Anything you say will be taken down and may be used in evidence against you.
It's all right, Sergeant. I know the procedure. I'm a solicitor.
You mind telling me what happened then?
I don't know what came over me. I'm normally quite good under stress, but When I saw her there, I don't know, I just panicked. I saw there were people around and...
Had you been drinking, sir?
Good Lord, no. Well, I had a half, but I was absolutely safe. The girl just walked right out in front of me. People must have seen it. I'm truly sorry for the girl. Is she all right?
She's in hospital.
You will be aware, Mr. Proctor-Jones, that we were reporting you at least for failing to stop after an accident.
Yes, I'm sure you will.
But not for drink driving.
Of course not. That offence was not committed.
Bastard! He knew exactly what he was doing.
I'm sure you're right.
He leaves the scene, sobers up, and then he comes in to confess later when there's no chance of him being charged with drink driving.
I feel the same way about
His
it.
mates in the CPS make sure even this doesn't get to
Now,
court.
come on, June. You know it's not like that.
Then what about the baby?
What about the baby?
Killed Julie Wilson's baby.
No, he didn't. A fetus has no right in law.
Oh, wonderful, isn't it? So it's not death by dangerous driving. It's not even drink driving.
Nothing we can do, June. He's under. And don't rely on the count back either.
Wouldn't have come back if he was still over the limit.
Great. There are laws against abortion, but not against killing unborn babies with a car. Mr. Jones, you might be interested to know that the young woman you knocked down was pregnant. You killed her baby.
It was actually a great piece of luck, but that didn't stop me taking the credit for it. Quite a bit of kudos that got me. Hey.
I'm sorry.
I've got a senior management evaluation course coming up. Brams Hill. Overnighter.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. I could wangle an evening away.
Could you?
Would you be interested?
In a senior management evaluation course? No, not very.
Come on, June.
I think you're getting a bit ahead of yourself. What? You're a nice guy, but if you were looking to tee up a little bit of easy skirt on the side, then this WPC's not it. Why don't we just stick to dinner one evening?
Listen, Gov. What other villain do we know pulls stunts with an automatic sawn-off and then's mad enough to empty the mag into the walls and the ceiling just for the hell of it? I mean, it stinks of Terry Gray.
He had an alibi, Frank.
Well, he would have, wouldn't he? I mean, he grows them on trees.
We've no witnesses and no prints. Even the shop assistant couldn't remember what the guy looked like.
I'm not surprised. He was wearing a mask.
The fact remains, we've nothing on them that'll stand up in court.
Nothing yet.
We'll need the van as well. One arrest to pick up.
OK, will do. Over.
Won't be long now, love. What's your name?
Paula. Paula Reed.
And are you the householder?
No, that's her. Shirley Beverly.
He's turning into Primrose Road. Well, just missed the bollard by 2 inches.
So what's he up to then?
He's a diabolical driver, Gov. That's what.
If nothing else, you could always do him for reckless, Gov.
All right, let's not get sloppy. He's not an idiot. He may be watching out for us. So make sure you keep a healthy distance.
Understood, Gov. What's his problem?
It was Gray who did over that snout of his. You know, Willie the Weeper. And put him in hospital. Frank reckons he's got some dues to collect.
How nice for us.
She'd have killed me if you hadn't come.
What were you doing in there?
I was trying to get away from her, wasn't I? She locked me in.
What were you fighting about?
Fighting. I never touched her. She just laid into me. No warning, nothing.
Just like that?
I swear it. God, she's ruined my face.
Where the hell's he gone? Okay, just take it easy. He might have piled up somewhere. Which way now? Well, look, try Andover Street. He went down there before. Yeah, there he is, look. And we'll have to go and pass him. Just go a bit beyond the park up over here. Number 64, isn't it? Yeah. He's opened the door and he's going in.
So where's the other lady now?
Get your filthy hands off me!
Just a minute, madam.
Tony's taken her to hospital.
Was she badly injured?
Well, she didn't look pretty, Sarge. I mean, she could walk, but her face was badly cut.
Is she pressing charges, this other lady?
I don't know. I mean, she wasn't in a fit state to say very much.
That's helpful.
She hit me!
Garfield, will you keep that lot quiet? Now!
I'm telling you, she hit me!
Who hit you, madam?
She hit me, this packy bitch!
Now, watch your language, madam. There's no need for abuse. Did you hit this lady, Detta?
Of course she bloody did. I had to slap her, Sarge. She bit my hand. It was self-defence. I'll say anything.
You better let the doc have a look at that. Now, Mrs. Devlin, you've heard what this officer has told me about the incident. What have you got to say for yourself?
She deserved everything she got.
You understand you've been arrested for assault and we shall have to detain you. Do you wish to consult a solicitor?
What's the point? It's done now.
Is there anyone you wish to inform of your arrest? What about your husband?
That's a joke. Look, I just want to be left alone.
I was hoping to get home in good time today. It's my James's birthday. Yeah, well, I wouldn't bank on it, Tosh. Yeah? Hang on. He's coming out. Get your head down. No, he's turning! Take it easy, Jim, will it? Oh, would you let me saw us? Do you reckon he's onto us? Maybe. We better call in. There might be a panda in the area that would assist. No, wait. Not yet.
Ron, have we done anyone in Andover Street?
Andover Street? Yeah, there was that arsonist a couple of months ago.
No. They're a few years earlier than that.
So, what's the picture?
Terry Gray, remember him?
We had him in for questioning. That jewellery shop job last week.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I know he did it, but we can't make it stick. So we're going to give him a bit of rope, see what comes up. Right now, he's at 64 Andover Street. I want to know why.
Hang on.
We'll never catch him now, Jim.
Andover Street, and Andover Street. Here we are. Now, what's this? Venables Martin.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, you're right. That's number 14. Here we are, number 64.
Got it. Charles. Vinnie Charles. I knew it.
But he's still inside for robbery with violence.
Yeah, I know. You're a genius, Ron.
You can always buy me a double.
Yeah, Tosh, what is it?
We think Gray's done a runner.
What do you mean? What the hell's going on down there?
Sorry, Guff. We've lost him.
What's up? I need to pick up my kids from school at 4 o'clock.
You'll be lucky. Do you know anyone that can do it for you?
At least you've got no stitches or broken bones.
Can I go home now?
We need you to come down the station and make a statement. Well, that is if you still want to press charges.
Of course I do. You don't think I'm going to let her get away with this, do you?
Yeah, that's a real help. I'll come round and fetch them later, yeah? No, fine. Well, no, to be honest, I'm not. Look, I'll tell you about it when I see you. OK. Bye, love, and thanks again.
I want you to tell me how it all started. Take your time and in your own words.
Well, it started when Frank told her this morning.
Frank?
Frank Devlin. That's her husband.
Right. Told her what?
That we were having an affair.
I see. This was news to her, was it?
Yeah. I mean, I knew she wouldn't like it. We both knew that. I didn't think she'd take it this bad.
So how did you meet Mrs. Devlin?
Well, I was on my way home from work. There's a shortcut through from Astrid Gardens. As I was passing her house, she came out and stopped me.
Stopped you? How do you mean?
Well, she said, could she have a word?
You knew who she was, did you?
Oh, yeah. Her kids and my kids, they go to the same school. I tried to reason with her. But that seemed to make her worse. That's when she started hitting me.
Did you hit her back?
I never touched her. I was too busy trying to protect myself. I tried to get out the door, but she wouldn't let me. So I ran upstairs. I tried to lock myself in the bedroom, but she forced her way in. She locked us both in. She just went on hitting me and hitting me.
Tosh. Yeah? You're with me. Jim, you stay here. Oh, and Jim, if the house blows up while we're inside it, don't try and put the flames out on your own. Call for assistance. All right.
So what happens now?
Well, you're free to go. We'll let you know when you're needed.
But I've just given you a statement.
Yeah, but you'll be required to give evidence.
Oh. I see.
Hello, Edie. Long time.
Oh, Mr. Burnside.
We were just passing, and I thought, I wonder how old Vinny's getting on. Gets his parole soon, doesn't he?
6 weeks.
Well, that'll be nice. One big happy family again.
What do you want, Mr. Burnside?
Well, aren't you going to invite us in? You ever come across a geezer called Terry Gray?
Is he a friend of Vinny's?
Oh, yeah. They're old pals. Done a few jobs together in the past. Isn't that right, Tosh?
I'll say.
I'm surprised you don't know him.
Vinny knows so many people I lose track.
No, I mean I'm surprised because Terry's just paid you a visit. Just over an hour ago, wasn't it, Tosh?
1 hour and 20 minutes, to be precise.
Well, there was this bloke come to the door, yeah.
Terry Gray, love.
Well, I don't know. Pritchard, he said. Terry Pritchard said he was a friend of Vinny's.
And?
Well, he wanted to know how Vinny was, so I told him. Said he was looking forward to seeing him when he come out.
Oh, that's nice. Come off it, Edie. 20 minutes to tell you that?
I had to give him a cup of coffee, didn't I? We may be just criminals to you, Mr. Burnside, but at least we got some manners.
I need to ask you some questions, Mrs. Devlin.
I'm not talking to a packy.
I'm British, actually.
That's a matter of opinion.
Take a seat. I don't think you realise the trouble you're in, Mrs. Devlin.
Oh, look, spare us the heavy stuff, please.
Right. This is an interview between WPC Data and Mrs. Shirley Devlin, also present WPC Ford. You've been cautioned, Mrs. Devlin. You're not obliged to say anything, but anything you do say may be used in evidence. I need to know what happened today. The quicker you tell me, the quicker we'll get this over with. We've spoken to Miss Reed and she's made us...
So she's well enough to talk already, is she?
She was very badly bruised. You could have done her a serious injury.
That was the idea.
So you intended to hurt her, did you?
Of course I did. She hurt me. She lied to me through and through.
So what, she didn't hit you?
She didn't need to. Look, Paula's my best friend. She was sleeping with my Frank behind my back. What would you do?
When did you find out your husband was seeing Miss Reed?
She wasn't seeing him. She was trying to steal him. He told me this morning he wanted a divorce to marry Paula.
I see.
No, you don't. How could you?
So that was the first you knew of it this morning?
No, I had my suspicions. Not of Paula, but somebody. I mean, it's not the first time for Frank. God knows there have been plenty of other women.
Oh, so why was this so different?
I told you, because it was Paula. She was like a twin sister to me. We grew up in the same street. We got married together, had our kids at the same time. I accepted Frank's other women. I mean, I didn't like it, but I tolerated it. But my best friend? No way. All that time and she'd been somebody else. Not a Paula I knew. I couldn't forgive her for that.
Of course, the trouble with Vinny is his temper. Pathological. There was this geezer owned a chip shop over in Walthamstow. Remember that one, Tosh?
Oh, yeah, nasty.
Vinny found out he put his sister in the club but didn't want to know. So he goes over to the chippy, smashes the joint up and then holds the fella's hands in the fryer.
His fingers.
Losing control has been his downfall. You could always tell when he pulled a job because of the damage.
Gov.
Hello, Maureen. How you doing? Fine, Edith, thank you.
All right, Jim, out you get. I want you to follow Edie on foot.
On foot?
Yeah, you've got two of them at the bottom of your legs. I would ask Tosh, but I think she might recognise his handsome features.
What happened this afternoon?
I saw Paula go by the house.
What time was that?
About 2 o'clock. She works morning, so she's on her way back home then.
What did you do when you saw her?
I went outside to meet her.
Did you speak to her?
I didn't say a word. She knew I was there all right. She didn't want a public scene, so she said, why don't we go back into the house and discuss it?
So you went back inside your house together?
Yeah. She didn't try to deny it. She said she and Frank just wanted to be honest with me. God. Honest. That's what really stuck in my throat. I felt all this anger inside me. And when she said that about being honest, I just wanted to destroy her.
Here, take this.
The worst thing was I realised I was no longer in control.
In control?
Well, I could handle anything Frank did before because I knew he'd never leave me and the kids. We're his anchor, see? He'd be lost without us. But now, I don't know anymore. I don't know anything.
Burnside from Carver.
Sorry, Eureka. Can I have a word?
Excuse me. Interview suspended.
All right.
If you ask me, she should have thumped her husband. He's the villain.
Yeah, but maybe he'd have thumped her back. Anyway, Paula Reed just rang. She wants to drop the charges.
All right, Jim. Better be on the safe side, Tosh. Have a plonk standing by.
Right. Do you think she's meeting Grey, Gov?
Well, she's definitely not having tea with a queen.
Hey, Eureka.
Yeah?
You dealing with that Dublin case, yeah?
I was, yeah.
The old man's here.
Are you Mr. Devlin?
That's right. I've come about my wife. I heard she'd been arrested.
She was, sir, but the case has been dropped. We discharged her about 5 minutes ago, it was.
I see. And she was all right, was she?
Yes, fine.
That's good.
You must have just missed her, actually.
Look, I couldn't speak to you, could I? In private, that is.
A lady came in here, darling. Blonde hair, wearing dark glasses, carrying a black bag. Any ideas?
I heard what had happened from Paula. She rung me at work.
Miss Reed has decided to drop the charges against your wife.
Yeah, oh no. I asked her to. She didn't need no persuading. Well, no sense in bringing it to court, is there? None of us want that.
What is it you wanted to tell me, Mr. Devlin?
Well, I just wanted to say that it's not like Shirley at all to do this. I mean, she's never been in trouble before, see?
Your wife was very upset.
I wasn't exactly happy about it either. The thing is, I had to tell her. It couldn't go on like before.
What couldn't go on?
Me and Paula. I mean, if I didn't tell Shirley, then Ken would have.
Ken?
That's Paula's ex. He's been disputing his maintenance, see? Well, you can't blame him. Why should he support both kids when Tracy wasn't his?
Hold on a minute, Mr. Devlin. Who's Tracy?
She's one of Paula's kids. Tracy and Mark. Tracy's 6 and Mark's 4.
So what you're saying is that Ken isn't Tracy's dad?
That's right. Paula said he found out, but I reckon she told him to put the squeeze on me. You know, to marry her.
So who is Tracy's dad?
That's what I'm trying to say. I am. But I couldn't tell Shirley that. It'd break her heart.
What did you tell your wife, Mr. Devlin?
Well, what we reckoned, Paula and me that is, was that if we came clean about us two, and I said I wanted to marry Paula, then we wouldn't need to mention Tracy. See what I mean?
Oh, sorry. Wrong room. My mistake. Hello, Edie.
What the hell's going on?
My question exactly, pal.
I wanted to tell Shirley years ago, but I felt trapped between them. Like, whichever way it went, it was going to end in tears.
Don't you think you owe it to your wife to be straight with her for once? Tell her the whole truth.
I couldn't do that. She'd hate me for it.
It's not my impression. She might hate you more if you left her.
Yeah? You think so? But what about Paula? Well, she'll be really upset.
You can't have it both ways. You've got to make a choice and stick by it.
Yeah, I know. It's doing it, though. That's the hard bit.
So, how long have you been part of the enterprise culture, Edie?
Look, I need the money, Mr. Burnside. What Vinny been away and all that?
I hope you haven't told Vinny.
What do you think?
He's not going to like it, it's Vinny. I mean, what would you think, Tosh? Come out the nick and find your old woman's missed you so much she's gone on a game. There's gratitude for you.
You wouldn't. Oh, for pity's sake, Mr. Burnside, Vinny would kill me.
Yeah, well, that's what worries me, Edie. I mean, these things get around.
Yeah, and you'll make sure they do.
You're not using your head, Edie. I'll tell you what I'll do. You come clean about our friend Terry Gray, and I'll forget today ever happened. I can't say fairer than that, can I?
What I can't understand is, how can two women get so worked up about a bloke like that?
Hey, you know what they say about small men, Norika?
Yeah, and I don't believe it.
Here we are. Oh, very original. He's been watching too many gangster movies.
And another bit.
Terry never said what it was he didn't, did he?
No, and I never asked.
Tony, what have you been up to, you naughty boy?
Me?
There's a woman outside wants to see you. She doesn't look very happy.
Who is she?
She says her name's Paula Reed.
That's nice. Amazing what people collect nowadays. Take very good care of that, Tosh. That, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be the nail in Terry's coffin.
Right.
And I want Gordon Ray to see it personally.
Right.
What time did Terry say he was coming back?
Said he'd let me know.
But you'll let us know first, won't you, Edie?
You're all the same, you men. Bit of power goes straight to your head.
Now, don't be like that. We're only doing our best in a rotten world.
I want her charged.
You've just dropped the charges.
That was before I knew he'd gone back to her.
Frank's gone back to his wife.
He said he had to make a choice. He was going to tell her everything. Start again, he said.
Well, maybe it's for the best, Paula.
Promised me.
I know, but he owes it to his wife and kids first.
What do you know about it? You're just a copper. He owes me too. And he owes my Tracy. I want her prosecuted. That is your job, isn't it?
Schoolgirl.
Where?
There. Talking to the bloke. It's the third one she stopped.
I'll get June to pull her, eh?
Nah. I'll go down. Get the van to meet me in Fenton Road. Here.
Sierra Oscar from 659.
Come and I won't buy it. Not unless you want me to. Hello, alright?
Oh, hello. What's your name?
Suzanne.
Your real name, is it?
Do you want to know for?
Just into names.
Oh, yeah. We know where you're going. Go there, mate. Just a look then.
Shove off.
Want to find for a diver? Biscuit, please. Come, let's go.
How old are you then, Suzanne?
However old you want me to be.
Not from round here, are you?
All the questions sound like copper.
Just interested, that's it.
You are a copy bastard! You are a copy!
And you
No!
All right, son, you manage.
Oh, come on, please, give us a break.
All right, I will. You're a juvenile, and as such, I'm arresting you as I believe you're in need of care and protection. You're not obliged to say anything. Anything you say will be written down and can't be given in evidence.
Oh, you fat half, write that down.
God.
Yeah, but you are a
Come on!
It's totally futile, Harry. It's a waste of time. It's a placement. It's a joke.
Oh, yeah, it'll have been... Charles, what are you doing about Sugar Street? Well, actually, Council, it is on the top list of our priorities.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks and I'll be back again, yeah?
Not what it's all about, though, eh? Got to be seen to be making an effort.
Gonna get some prawn crackers. You want anything?
No, thanks.
Won't be a minute. Hello, mate. You working?
Excuse me. Hello.
Yes, can I help you?
I hope so. Fancy a ride? Do you want to get in?
No. Do you want to get out? I'm a police officer.
You're pulling my leg.
I'm pulling you. Come on, out you get.
Oh, God.
It's no use calling for him. I'm the one who's here, and I haven't got his forgiving nature. Over there, please.
Look, I'm really sorry about this. I know it must look really bad, but it's not the way it seems.
This gentleman just tried to proposition me.
Get away.
But just hold on to him, will you? Okay.
I don't know what came over me.
Your full
then.
name,
I was
please,
just
sir.
sitting- Skeen. Simon Terence Skeen.
Any previous?
Previous what?
Have you ever been convicted of a criminal offence?
No.
Right. 639 Sierra Oscar.
Huh?
Go ahead, June.
Yeah, can you do a name check for me?
I've never done
please?
anything like this before, you know.
Skeen.
I'm not going to go to prison.
Simon
Over,
Terence.
I doubt it.
13
It's my wife, you see. I don't think she'd understand.
Hang
My
on.
boss certainly wouldn't. He's from Japan. He doesn't have to know, does he? Because I'm in line for promotion. I've only been doing it 5 years.
You haven't been charged with anything yet?
Yeah, receiving.
Right.
That's negative on Skeen, nothing on record.
Right, okay, thanks, Narika. All right, Mr. Skeen. As you've no previous convictions and I haven't had reason to caution you before, I've no choice but to let you go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And I'm very sorry. Thank you very much.
You put the fear of God into him.
Why not? Sorry, I couldn't nick him.
June, he was harmless. Just a bloke out looking for a good time. Or, you know, he might be hitched to some right old monster.
Oh, and that makes it all right, is it?
You shouldn't be so quick to judge people. It's not what we're here for.
Would you have the same rules apply to the Toms?
That's different.
No, it's not. He's just as much a part of it as they are. Supply and demand. Who's to say who's committing the worst offence?
Sierra 1 from MP. 145 Cox Road, Essex and Colchester Building Society. Armed robbery in progress.
Great. Sierra 1 MP received. Oscar from Sierra 1.
Go ahead.
Information all units. Armed robbery in progress now. Essex and Colchester Building Society. We're on our way.
Received.
It's coming through from IR now. Shots fired, Sarge.
Right, repeat that to all units, please, Marika.
All right, Sarge.
They've put the link in, Skip.
Attention all units from Sierra Oscar. Armed robbery in progress at the Essex and Colchester Building Society. Sierra 1 assigned.
Lovely. Here we go, here we go, here we...
Have you informed Chief Inspector Conway?
On his way to the scene, sir.
Shots fired?
Yes, sir.
Casualties?
Not known.
Right, I'll get on the PT-17.
AFOs?
You really think that's necessary?
Might be an idea, sir. Get them ready. Firearms for containment, should the need arise.
All right, call them in, Willie. I'll talk to the commander.
So.
TSG in transit.
They're stuck in traffic, Skip. They should be on the scene in 5 minutes.
Reg!
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Peters in his office?
Yes, sir.
We'll get a great GP and bring it round front as quick as you can.
Yeah, but what's all that
I'll
about?
tell you later.
What's up?
All right, pink card time. There's an armed blag going on down in Cox's Road.
Right.
Pink card time.
Back in 5.
Pending their arrival, I'm assigning 92 and 595 local firearms officers to the scene. They'll hand over, of course, as soon as the armed response unit arrives.
Your weapon, Sergeant Cryer. And 6 rounds of ammunition. And another 6. Can you lock it again, please, Ali? Right, if you just sign the weapons out.
Excuse me, sir.
Thank you.
Such.
Right. Good luck, lads.
Thank you, sir.
News?
I'm afraid the robbers have got away, sir. Area car's on the scene now, 1 security guard wounded.
Do we have an index?
It's coming through now, sir.
Give me Chief Inspector Conway, Norika, will you?
Yes, sir. Chief Inspector Conway from Sierra Oscar, are you receiving?
5-4 receiving. Information all units from MP. Vehicle concerned in this armed robbery is a red BMW saloon. Index Foxtrot 933. Foxtrot Golf November. Contains 2 suspects. Both IC1. Last seen 2 minutes heading in direction of Margate Road.
Sierra Oscar 85 from Sierra Oscar. Are you receiving over?
85.
Did you get IR's last message?
Yes, Skip.
Right. I want you to search streets between Hapgood Lane and Friar Street.
Received. Dave? There's something.
Hold up, Cat.
Sierra Oscar from 85. Go ahead, Kath. Yeah, we found the motor, abandoned at the bottom of Aston Street. Looks like they've gone onto the Burwood estate.
No gun.
Right, get them onto the estate.
Sierra Oscar 85 from Sierra Oscar.
We've just had a call through to the front office, Skip. Sir?
Yes?
A woman's just seen 2 IC1s carrying heavy sacks run down her road and jump into a dark blue saloon. They crunched to parked vehicles they pulled away.
What's the location?
Oh, Crofter's Court.
Burwood Estate?
Yes, Sarge, it is.
Did they get an index?
No index, sir. We did get a description, though.
Sierra Oscar to all units. Attention all units. Suspect involved in the robbery now believed to be travelling in a dark blue saloon. No index. Possible damage to offside wing. Vicinity Crofter's Court, Burwood Estate.
That's it!
595.
Receiving.
Urgent call all units in pursuit of suspect vehicle. Dark blue saloon in Campbell Road, turning into Ryden's Way.
Steve, Sierra Oscar 85. Continue commentary.
Get back inside!
Come on, let's go! Forget it! Come on, let's go! What's the matter? Come on!
You want something? Come on!
Stop! I'm police! Come on, drop the gun! Drop the gun!
You want something?
Mike! All right, get down! No! Shut up! Mike! Shut up or I'll rip your arm off!
He'll give us your jacket. What for? Cover him up. Leave it out, he's not feeling the cold.
Get this covered up.
I'm sorry. Everything happened so fast.
You heard 3 shots, though?
I think so. Yeah, or 2. No, it's 3.
It's all right, love. You sit down.
Socko's here, sir. Well, you didn't waste much time.
No, a bit of a mess, isn't it?
It's not the result one would have hoped for, no.
Is the officer involved still here?
He's in the van, over there.
What do I do him, John?
Okay. What's his name?
Sergeant Cryer, Bob Cryer.
Right.
Kept it sterile, have you?
Just cordoned off, yes.
Ah, yes. Oh, dear.
Divisional surgeon hasn't seen it yet.
I think we can take it as read that he's deceased, though, can't we?
Shooting twice. Bit heavy-handed, wasn't it? And with a bloke with his hands up. Come on.
Where was this? From over here?
Now, on the forklift I was working.
Are you prepared to pop into the station and make a statement?
Too right. I never seen nothing like. He wants putting away, you ask me. He's a nutter.
We've just come to relieve you of your kit, all right?
Right.
Good. Okay. If you'd like to empty the shells from your gun into there.
That's fine. Smash it.
And your spares in there, please. And now your gun in there. That's lovely. And lastly, your holster in there. Thank you. Smoke?
No, thanks.
No, I shouldn't really. The wife's been on at me to pack it up. Still, you got to die of something, haven't you?
Mortuary van's on the way. Make sure it gets in and out.
Derek, you come from the Building Society?
No, I was on my way when this came through. What's the state of play?
Just preserving the scene, pending the IO's arrival. Soccos are here. Just waiting on the divisional surgeon.
Anything I can do?
Well, there's a couple of your lot taking particulars from some office workers who witnessed the shooting.
Right.
Andrew will take you back to the station, Bob.
Right, sir.
I'll finish up here, Andrew.
Very good, sir.
Stand back. Stand back.
Nice work.
Well done, Tony. Well done, mate.
Turn to the charter room, Hollis.
Out then, Tony.
Later, eh?
How's the skipper?
What do you think?
Well done, Tony.
Go on, back to work. Right, Tony?
Yeah, well, Sarge.
How's Bob Cryer taking it?
I don't know. I think he's all right.
Has he said anything?
Not to me, no. Look, excuse me, Sarge. Staring down the barrels of a sawn off don't exactly agree with my natural rhythm. You know what I mean?
You all right, Bob?
Are you all right? Yes, sir. Thank you.
You wanted to see me?
Yeah. Not your problem, I suppose, more for the I.O. really, but Conway thought you should know. I've removed the cartridges. Here.
They're both spent.
Exactly. So Chummy here couldn't have fired even if he'd wanted to. He'd already shot his wad, so to speak.
I see.
The officer wasn't to know one way or the other, of course.
No.
But technically speaking, the man was unarmed. Makes it interesting, doesn't it?
And how many times has he been out on jobs like this? Dozens? Hundreds?
Cumulative. The more you do it, the bigger chance you've got of something going wrong. No, I didn't mean it like that. You know what I mean.
Well, there'd be an inquiry.
Got to be. Justified or not.
Poor old Bob. Wouldn't like to be in his shoes.
No. It's times like this you find out who your real friends are.
Did it look to you as if he was going to fire again?
Well, there's no doubt in my mind, sir. I definitely thought that either Tony or the skipper was going to cop it.
Sir, you can't
I hear you've got a body for me.
Who are you?
Divisional surgeon.
DCI Ray, come with me.
Well done, Sarge.
Well done, Sarge.
Yeah.
Fancy a cup of tea? Yeah, but look, I'll get it for you, Sarge. Yeah, come in here. It's a bit quiet out of the way.
Sure.
Back to duties, you lot. Go on.
Is that Bob?
Yeah.
How is he?
Be better asking Inspector Munro. I left just after he arrived.
Oh, right. Yeah. How are you feeling? Better than I was. You look as though you lost about 2 stone. Been seen yet?
No, not yet.
All right. I'll catch you later.
Yeah.
I've spoken to the PCA. They're going to appoint somebody to supervise the investigation. I've assured them of our full cooperation. It's very important that we're open about this from the very beginning.
I'm afraid the reptiles of the press are going to be howling for blood by the late editions, whichever way we play it, sir.
Yes. Well, I've said that I make a statement in half an hour. I just hope they haven't heard about the shotgun yet.
There you go.
Thanks, Reg.
It's all right. Oh, hang on. Got a couple of chocky pickies here. They're only plain. There's only ones I had.
Great.
Look, I know I'm probably jumping the gun a bit, but when this comes up with investigation, if you want me to sit in with her, you know, as a Federation rep, you've only got to say the word.
I'll be okay.
It's no trouble.
Thanks for the offer, Reg. It's kind of you. Don't worry, I'll manage.
The deceased is one Michael Robert Harris.
Much form?
More than your average 19-year-old. In and out of remand since the age of 12. Only got 3 months last year for a particularly nasty aggravated burglary. Bit of a lunatic by all accounts.
You've done your homework.
I had a word with Smollett. He remembers him from a GBH earlier this year. Oh, and he was on probation, as it happens.
What about Bell?
Oh, he's a different league altogether. I mean, Harris was a violent case. Proper fledgling villain. But Bell, well, he's been small time up to now. Bit of receiving, bent MOTs, that sort of thing.
I see.
Yeah, I'm surprised to find him on a caper like this. Thank you, Sergeant.
Sure. Hi, Francis. I'm DCI Ray. This is DI Burnside. I'm going to take this interview. If you would, please, Inspector.
Right.
Interview between Francis Donald Bell and DCI Ray taking place at Sun Hill Police Station. Interview conducted in the presence of Detective Inspector Burnside. As you know, Mr. Bell, you've already been cautioned. That caution still applies. Do you understand? Sorry?
Yes.
Where did you get the shotgun?
Mike. It was Mike's. Insurance. That's what he bought it for. Make the guards think twice about being an hero.
Didn't work, though, did it?
I couldn't believe it when he let the security guard have it. I mean, I knew he was a bit leery. Did a lot of sulf and that. That surprised me.
Why did he do it, do you think?
God knows. Maybe his bottle went. I'd have thrown a towel in there and then. But he was well strung out. Probably done it to me and all if I hadn't seen it through.
What happened then?
At the yard.
No, my only concern is the hold-up. Another officer will investigate the events at the industrial yard.
The copper offed him. Not much to investigate, is there?
As I said, I'm just looking at the robbery.
Your bloke still shot him, though, didn't he?
After being fired upon by Harris.
Yeah, well, that was it then, wasn't it? Don't think I don't know. He was stuffed then. He hadn't reloaded since the guard. I tried to warn him. He can't have realised. There was no need to kill him. That copper should have waited.
Forget the rest of this relief, Bob. Take a few days sick leave.
I've got court tomorrow, sir.
You sure you're up to it?
I shot a man, so I'm not an invalid.
I wasn't suggesting you were.
No, sir, of course, I'm sorry.
Look, make the court appearance, and I honestly think you should spend a few days at home with the family. No harm in that, is there?
No, sir. As you say, it's probably a good idea.
Yes, of course it is. Don't bother to call in. I'll square it with Inspector Monroe.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Right, here's all yours. You might need that.
There they go, Burke and Hare. Dying trade, mate.
Yes, thank you, Quinlan.
Sorry, sir.
I'm going back to the station. DS Gregg's in charge.
Right, sir.
Don't forget, the IO's going to want full written reports from yourself and any other officers that were present at the shooting, and I'd like them sooner rather than later.
Right, I'll start immediately. I'll get back, sir.
Fine.
What, he tried to pull June? Oh, never.
Straight.
You're winding me up.
I'm not. You should have seen her face.
I can imagine.
Oh, yeah, you pulled that.
Not nonsense. Social services are sent her home. Down to a penny, she'll be back.
Gives on your bike a whole new meaning.
Beginning to live with Gordon Ray, know what I mean?
Yes, Gov.
I thought I can do business with a man. And he pulls a stroke like this.
Well, I think it could be really useful. I don't mind admitting I've still got a lot to learn.
Well, I don't mind admitting you've still got a lot to learn, Alistair. But me is well out of order.
When I heard about this from the DCI, I jumped at it. I've never had any training as an interviewer.
Oh, you learn on the job, though, don't you? I mean, watching people like Roach and Burnside, they're very experienced.
Sure, but just because they've been doing it a long time doesn't mean to say they're doing it right. Gordon Ray's shaking our firm up, June. I think he's doing us good.
Will you tell him, Viv? I'm not the secretary of his fan club, you know.
Had your breakfast, Dave?
Yes, thanks, Viv.
Wait.
Come on.
You got the time, mate? 10:05. Oh, hell!
So, we're still waiting for DC Carver.
Well, we better get the show on the road then, lads. Don't want to hang around all day, do we?
Yes, well, perhaps you'll show him your notes. Help him catch up when he arrives. Right, for those of you who didn't catch the names earlier, I'm Sergeant Bob Eady. And this is Sergeant Dave Wills. What we aim to do in today's exercises is to help you criticize the techniques you use in your everyday work and to build on your strengths. There are three main phases. First, a seminar on the key ideas you'll be dealing with. Then you'll break into small groups for the simulated interviews and detailed debriefing. Finally, we'll all meet together to discuss the lessons we've learned.
Then all down a battle cruiser and spend the X's.
If we're still on speaking terms. Right, I'm going to check out the technology, so I'll leave Dave here to kick off the introductory discussion.
Right. Now let's start from the principle that we're all interviewers. Uniform as well as CID, civilians as well as police officers come to that. Teachers and pupils, managers and workers, shopkeepers and customers. We are involved in interview situations all day long. So, what is the interviewer doing? Two things mainly. One, he's trying to find things out. He's an inquisitor. And then, he is trying to persuade the interviewee to a particular course of action. And if there is one thing a course like this aims to do, it is to help us to become more effective persuaders.
You'll see him then. DC Carver,
Right.
son.
I'm sure he will. Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Okay.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
DC Carver, Sun Hill. I'm supposed to be with the interview training unit.
Well, you're late then, aren't you? They've been going the best part of an hour.
Yes, I know I'm late, so can I come through?
I'll have to check.
So they don't tell us nothing about what they're doing.
Can I make a quick call?
What, personal?
Well, yeah.
From here, they're clamping down. Hello, Skipper. I've got a DC Carter at the desk.
Carver.
Now his name's Carver.
Any more buy signs, signals that the suspect's willing to come across?
The suspect asked you to repeat what you just asked him. He's trying to give himself time to think.
Delaying tactics? Okay, there's probably lots more we could put down, but let's just say we've recognised the buy signs that the suspect's putting out. Now, this is a crucial stage of the interview because there has to be a shift.
Jim Carver. Sorry I'm late. Car trouble.
Life sign, Skipper, he's sweating.
Better late than never, Jim. Take a seat. So now you've recognised the buy signs. It's up to you to influence the suspect's decision-making, to make him decide to confide in you. And when we've looked at ways you might do that, we'll take a coffee break and prepare for the interviews.
So I've used a stolen credit card. I mean, am I definitely guilty?
Sure.
So when do I put my hands up?
When and if they persuade you that's what you should do.
And the governor's going to interview me.
After you've interviewed him.
This is going to be a riot.
Sonia, it's Jim. Look, please don't hang up. Look, I'm not trying to start things up again. But there are things to be sorted out. Look, the point is, I've left my car keys, my flat keys, my alarm chronograph diver's watch. Sonia. Sonia.
Load of old put all this stuff in the classroom.
That right, Gov?
You've either got it or you haven't when it comes to interviewing. It's like handling women. Know what I mean, June?
Oh, I can imagine. Look, the thing is, Gov, we've got to brief you to play a suspect in the interview. How do you think you're going to manage?
Be a bit strange for you being on the receiving end and all that, wouldn't it, eh?
If I didn't know villains inside out, I wouldn't be able to do my job. See, I think like them, only I think faster and harder.
So, you'd have made a tasty villain yourself then, eh, Gov?
You'll have heard of Bobby Dunwall. Well, he used to hold up armadillos on the South Circular in the 70s. Now he's holding up a bridge on the M25. Anyway, Bobby said to me one day, he was a very nice man to meet socially, he said, Frank, you'd have made a brilliant armed blagger, because you got it all up front. You only have to look him in the eyes. Wouldn't have to pull the trigger.
Some testimonial, Gov.
So, you'll have no trouble impersonating this tearaway then, will you?
Right. We'll have him wheeled in.
You're looking a bit rough this morning, Jim. Hope she was worth it.
Who pulled your chain?
Sorry, mate. Bit of a touchy subject.
Why don't you just shut your big mouth for a change, Quinnan?
We never got round to your briefing, did we?
No, Skip, no.
Well, let's do that now, shall we? Won't take long.
Pleased to see you all right, mate.
Sit down, Frank. You don't mind if we call you Frank, do you? I'm Detective Sergeant Gregg. This is WDC Martella.
Good morning, Frank.
You understand why you're here, Frank? Could you give us a clear answer? This interview's being recorded, and if you just nod your head, there won't be a clear record of what we say to each other.
Yes, I understand why I'm here.
Good. What do you do for a living, Frank?
I'm a travelling salesman.
I suppose that involves a lot of travelling, does it?
In the London area, yeah.
Can you tell us what you were doing this morning at round about 10 o'clock?
I was on my way to see a customer in Epping.
Go on.
I pulled off the main road. Wanted to check the A to Z.
You stopped the car in Dudley Road?
Yeah. Well, I realised I needed to go to needed to relieve myself. I was looking for a likely spot.
And did you find a likely spot?
Yeah. Anyway, on the way back to the car, I spotted the item in question on the pavement.
What exactly did you see?
Well, I don't know. Thought it was a piece of cloth. Thought it had blown off someone's washing line.
And what exactly was it?
Pair of niggers.
So you're an active burglar with form, and you did commit this offence.
And I can play it any way I want, right?
Sure. Within the bounds of credible suspect behaviour. I mean, we're not here to play games or wind each other up.
Oh, no, Skip, of course not.
When you were arrested, Frank, and searched, the stolen property was found in your pocket. Why was that?
Well, like I said. You know. Like I said, I thought it had blown off somebody's washing line.
Avoidance.
Well, that's what you said.
Lie saying.
It doesn't explain you find something in your pocket.
Well, I was going to hand them in.
Hand them in?
Yeah, but give them back. I mean, you can't leave property lying about in the gutter.
But you were getting back into your car with the stolen property in your pocket when the officers stopped you.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what to do. Hadn't made up my mind.
If I had to describe you, Frank, I wouldn't say you were just a face in the crowd. I'd say you were quite distinctive looking. Do you think that's right?
Seems fair enough.
So when a woman living off Dudley Street says she saw a man answering your description in her back garden taking stuff off the washing line, that has to be you, doesn't it, Frank?
What are we talking about here? I mean, it's only a pair of niggers. Couple of quid's worth.
A request for information. Buy sign.
They should respond to that.
I mean, it could look like, well, sort of thing a pervert might do.
We're not interested in calling people names, Frank. That's not our business. We just want the matter cleared up. You took the item, didn't you?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you, Frank. That's helped us all out. Now, is there anything else you want to say to us?
Anything else you want to get off your chest?
Yeah. Yeah, there is. I'd like 375 other offences taken into consideration. Black frilly ones.
What do you mean she's not available? In a meeting? She's an audio typist, not the chairman of the board. Hello? Hello?
What do you mean I was seen? Who saw me?
You were seen in the shop.
Oh, that's rubbish. I was never in the shop.
Let me finish. The shop assistant gave a very full description.
There couldn't have been another woman in the area matching that description.
She's doing a number on them.
Street must have been full of girls looking like me. Dark hair, wearing Marks and Spencer's jacket and skirt. They sell them by the gross. You know that?
Well, we're not here to talk about what I know. Now, would you like to tell us what you were doing in the high street, eh?
Well, shopping. What else would I be doing?
And what were you hoping to buy?
Clothes, new handbag, well, anything I like the look of.
When you were stopped, you only had £11.50 on you. Wouldn't go far on clothes, would it?
Well, I could look, couldn't I? And then if I saw something I fancied, I could come back with the money. You never heard of window shopping?
You were miles away from where you live. You went all that way with hardly any money at all to window shop. Well, that doesn't make much sense, does it?
Uncertainty. She's cracking.
Time to change gear.
I never said that's what I came out for, did I? You said what was I doing in the high street, and I said window shopping.
Get into persuasion.
You're just telling us stories, aren't you, Viv? There's no point in it. It's just wasting your time.
You can't prove anything.
You keep this up and we got to check out everything you say. It all takes time. We don't mind. We're getting paid for it. You could make it a lot easier on yourself, though. I want you to think about it, Viv.
That's it. Use the silence.
See, I don't know what I'm getting into here.
What you're getting into?
I've been in trouble before. They'll come down hard on me.
Look,
this
we're not
time,
talking
aren't they?
about the crown jewels, are we, eh? Now, if you're helpful, that's got to look better for you, hasn't it? Hasn't it? Well?
Yes.
She's agreeing with something, sign that she's willing to buy.
The fact is, you've been seen by a witness, you've got previous, and you've been telling us a load of porkies. So, you going to tell us where you got that credit card from, or do you want to get done for nicking it as well as using it?
I don't know what you're talking about. You reckon I've done something? It's down to you to prove it. You get your witness to point the finger. I don't have to say nothing.
Well, I think that's blowing that one out, eh?
I've got no comment to make.
I think we're calling it a day on this one.
I'm going to be tied up some time with this debriefing, so it might be a good moment for the rest of you to grab some lunch.
Tell me, if this had been for real, would you have climbed up on Burnside like that?
Yeah, sure I would. He got right up my nose. He does sometimes.
You were bringing your own personal feelings into the exercise. Shows what a lot of crap all this is.
I've got no comment to make.
It's not real, is it? I mean, in real life, she'd have coughed. We knew she'd been at it. She knew we knew. All that stuff, it's just Martella going for an Oscar.
See the points I'm making? By intervening the way you did, when you did, you cut right through the rapport the dominant interviewer was establishing.
Yeah, well, we've all got our own styles. And I operate a lot better when I haven't got someone breathing down my ear hole, giving me the ins and outs of a duck's bum about what I'm doing wrong.
Yes, it is me again. But she's been engaged for 10 minutes. What do you mean I can't speak to Sonia? Hang on a second. What do you want?
I want to use the phone. Or have you put enough money in it to buy it?
Get off my back, Colin. Sorry, what? Oh, right. Right, if that's what she says, that's it then.
I thought this was just going to be for CID. But I'm glad Ray wrote you and Dave in. Well, like they said, I mean, we're all interviewers.
Just for the record, Ray had nothing to do with it. Monroe was asked to nominate a couple of uniform, or am I supposed to be giving him one as well?
Right, I didn't mean anything.
No, I know, but I don't know if I have to take some stick nowadays.
We signed up for a training course. It's getting more like one of them encounter groups.
Pleased to see you all right, mate.
Right, this is June Ackland. I'm June Carver. Do you mind if we call you Dave? Give us a kiss. I'd like you to think about your attitude in this interview. How it proceeds is very much up to you. We'd prefer to do it in a civilised manner. But if you choose to be offensive, then we won't give up. You're just liable to make it take longer. Now, do you understand?
You've been eating onions.
We didn't bring you in here for fun, Dave. We believe you're guilty of a criminal offence. Now, what sounds clever in the interview room may not sound so good in court.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a claimant.
You're unemployed?
Yeah.
When you were arrested, you had £150 on you. How do you account for that?
I got lucky on the horses.
The money was the proceeds of selling stolen property, wasn't it, Dave?
No, it wasn't.
Do you know Duxford Crescent?
Yes.
Oh, you do? So you've been there?
Yeah, 2 times.
What were you doing there?
Visiting.
Visiting who?
A girlfriend.
So this girlfriend lives in Duxford Crescent?
No. She moved.
Where to?
Well, I don't know, because we stopped seeing each other. I found out she was a bit of a slag.
What's the name of this girl?
Sonia.
What number does she live at?
That's a funny thing, see.
What was funny?
I could never remember what number it was. All those big houses look the same to me. I used to wander up and down looking for the one where old Sonia's flat was.
We've got evidence putting you at the scene of a burglary in Duxford Crescent.
No way. I mean, that'd be silly, wouldn't it?
We've got your fingerprints.
Yeah?
This Sonia doesn't live at number 73. It isn't turned into flats. One family lives there. That's where we found your fingerprints, after they'd been burgled.
Well, like I said, I must have called at several houses in the street at one time or another, looking for old Sonia. Not surprising I left prints. Probably left someone who and I should think.
Wouldn't you be more comfortable sitting properly in that chair, Dave?
No, thanks.
Oh, I think you should. Because you can damage these chairs sitting awkwardly in them.
Looks all right to me.
Sit up straight, please.
I'm all right, thanks.
Sit up, Dave. You could fall over and hurt yourself.
You worry too much. The girls don't go for that, do they, love?
Oh, stone me.
You want to get a grip on the outside?
You're right, Jim. Yeah, I'm fine.
For a moment there, I thought they brought the Muppets back. I used to like that Kermit the Frog. He made me laugh.
Sorry about this, Gov.
Not half as sorry as you're going to be. It is understood, lads, that this is by way of a domestic. Any sorting will be done within the family.
I hope so, Mr. Burnside.
Well, there is a lot to talk about.
You're not joking.
We've got to start by surfacing the important points about what's just happened.
I've just said it'll be dealt with.
I'm not talking about giving anybody grief. I'm talking about what lessons we can learn.
With all due respect, there are no lessons to be learnt. What went on in there is totally out of character. I can tell you that this boy is so straight and level you could shoot Paul on him. And he's quite capable of having a go at me if he thinks I'm pulling strokes.
But it doesn't just involve him. June, a prisoner's been assaulted. You're a witness. What's your story?
Me? What?
Look, the question wouldn't arise. It would be squared up on the spot.
Let's say it isn't. The prisoner makes a complaint.
Well, if it came right down to it, I'd have to say what really happened.
Oh, this is a load of cobblers. Noddy in Toyland. In the real world, the co-interviewer would swear it away. No problem. And we all know that. Otherwise, I'd end up back in uniform. Simple.
Yeah, well, not all of us see that as a punishment, Gov. I'd tell the truth.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly your world, is it, June? I know you've been very close to CID lately, but I think you're looking at it in a funny angle.
I don't have to take that from you.
If this is another Sunhill family quarrel, we don't want to hear about it. You say an officer whacking a prisoner will get away with it?
I'm not talking about a cowboy. I'm talking about a good copper losing his rag with a nasty little scrote. It happens. It gets squared. You know it, I know it. That's real life.
That may be real life now, but there are already pilot projects in the Met where interviews are being monitored and videotaped. Before long, it could happen in every station. Then what we've just seen would be evidence. Do you want to stand in the box while that's shown to a jury? I've seen some very good professional work from Sunhill officers here today. But some of us have got to think seriously about our ideas and our behaviour before it's too late.
Another bottle of wine? What's the matter with you? Can't you bloody hear me? Where's my food? I've been waiting half an hour for food. Nobody bloody come back here. Look!
You better leave. Come on, Watson. I have called the police. I am the police. What duty? Is that a side entrance?
I haven't eaten yet.
You've had too much to drink, pal.
I've waited half an hour for a
Come on,
steak.
if you wanted fast food, you should have tried McDonald's.
Time to move. All over the world. This is the worst place I've ever been in.
What are you doing here, Sarge? I got a body for you. D&D.
Get off me! Come over here. What are you doing? Come on, calm down.
Yeah,
What are
fine. I
you
can
doing?
still handle it drunk, you know.
Get up.
Let's go for it.
Insulting me.
God, this place is a bit posh, isn't it, Sarge?
Cut.
You're looking at meal for 2 a la carte, £80.
And that's not including the wine.
Oh, blimey.
All right, see you later, lads.
See you later,
What
Sarge.
is going on?
Sort that out.
I bet he's got a woman in there.
But he's got mortgage arrears, he has to keep splashing it about like that for her.
Cut my
Oh,
lip.
she could give me arrears any time.
I'm going to bring charges
Very
of
nice.
assault.
Will you
Yeah,
shut
all
up?
right,
As soon as I
mate. Come
get
on.
to the phone. Come on.
You wouldn't like to tidy this table, would you, June, and get us a cup of tea?
I'm not a waitress, Sarge.
Aren't you? You're a WPC, that's Waitress Police Constable, isn't it? And I'll have a bar of chocolate as well. Good girl. What have we here?
D&D.
Yours, Tony?
Nah, we're just the delivery service. This one belongs to Ted Roach.
Roach?
Yeah, he was shouting his mouth off in the restaurant spoiling Ted's dinner, so I ejected him. And our chum here didn't get the message.
We've got a complaint.
Yes, so have I, mate. And I'm taking medicine for mine. So, what happened to him?
I think he gave Ted a bit of a struggle, Sarge.
Where is Ted?
He's on his way.
Where are you two going?
Back on patrol.
What about him?
Well, I told you, he's not our collar.
What am I supposed to do with him?
Ted said he'd be down later.
How much later?
He's with this woman. She is gorgeous.
Yeah, she's like a model in...
Oh, well, that's all right then. That's what I'll put down on the custody record. Arresting Officer Jerry Hall. You two don't leave the station until the custody record's filled out.
All right, well, we'll go and have a cup of tea then, Sarge, eh?
No. You go down the CAD room, you get him to contact Roach and tell him to get himself in here.
Yeah, well, he won't have a radio. He's off duty.
Use your initiative. Phone the restaurant. What's your name?
I want to complain.
You want to complain. I warn you, you've caused me quite enough problems already.
Are you going to listen to me?
Once you've sobered up, empty your pockets out onto the table.
Good evening. This is Sunhill Police Station concerning the incident earlier this evening. Can I speak to Detective Sergeant Roach? Oh, I see. OK. Thank you. Sorry, how long ago was this? OK. And bonsoir to you. He's left.
Right, I'll tell Penny Ted's on his way then.
Yeah, on his way home.
Well, you reckon?
He left in a taxi with the blonde.
Nah, that's all right. He's probably taken her home.
Ted's an old sweat. He knows the score. As long as the custody record's in order before the next relief, he knows he can square it with Penny. Now, my bet is he'll drop her home, see how his look's going, and then pop back here if he's got the energy.
Penny would kill him.
Well, he's got 7 hours. You wait and see.
All right. Bet you a £5.
You're on.
Right.
Get your
Sarge,
filthy
Ted's just left the restaurant.
Good. Did you speak to him?
No, he just got into a taxi. We reckon he's given the woman a lift home.
Right, you better give him a ring at his place.
Okay, sir.
You've got no right to do this. You're nothing but oiks.
Yes, sir, but we're Her Majesty's oiks.
You get a different story when you sit with a commissioner. Yeah. Yeah, you have me believe you're all join-eyes chaps interested in community policing, not a bunch of hooligans.
Are you telling us you're personally acquainted with the Commissioner?
They spoke at a dinner I attended.
Put him in the cell.
Yeah, Barry, I need DS Roach's home number, please.
Tony.
Sarge.
Who am I going to put on this custody record?
I told you what happened.
I need an arresting officer.
Ted Roach.
Come on, you were at the scene.
Now, hang on.
The arrest was justified, wasn't it?
Yes,
He
but...
was drunk, wasn't he?
Yes, and I'm not going to do the business for Roach.
No, I'm not asking you to, but those are the facts, aren't they?
Yes. And Ted Roach was the arresting officer.
I know that, but if it comes to it...
Sarge, Ted isn't at home.
Or isn't answering. June, can you get the divisional surgeon to examine the prisoner's lip?
Yes, Sarge.
He wants me to put my name on that sheet instead of Roach's.
Yeah, well, he's not having mine.
Well, what if Ted doesn't turn up?
He's going to have to put your name down then, June.
Bit of a tricky one, sir.
Oh, yes, Tom.
We've got a prisoner, but no arresting officer.
I don't follow you.
Well, Ted Roach was off duty and arrested a man following a disturbance in a restaurant. Our lads brought him in.
Well, then it's Ted's body.
That's the way I see it, sir. However, Ted hasn't arrived. Just thought you should know.
Well, where is he?
Got a few ideas. He was last seen leaving the restaurant in a taxi with an attractive young woman.
Whose shout was it?
Stanton Garfield, sir.
Did they say what kind of condition Roach was in?
Sir?
Well, he was off duty. Had he been drinking?
No, sir, I don't think so. Tony, the governor wants to work.
The surgeon's on his way.
Surgeon?
Yeah, the prisoner suffered a cut lip during his arrest, sir.
Is there anything else I need to know? I understand our arresting officer has disappeared.
Just been delayed, I think, sir.
OK, you tell me what happened.
We got a call to Le Gourmet, the French restaurant on 8th Street.
Le Gourmet?
Yeah, that's one. When we arrived, we found DS Roach engaged in a struggle with the prisoner.
A struggle?
Well, the man was drunk. He was resisting arrest.
So it was a bit of a fight?
No, not really, sir. It was under control, so all we did was load the man into the van.
Why didn't Roach accompany his prisoner?
He was off duty, sir.
But you could have dropped him down here and back again in, what, 15 minutes?
He was with a lady, sir. He had to go back into the restaurant and speak to her.
So, when you arrived, this melee was taking place in the street?
Well, yes, sir.
Was Sergeant Roach under the influence of drink?
No, sir.
He hadn't had a drink?
Not that I noticed. I don't understand what that's got to do with it.
I'm interested in why Mr. Roach decided not to drive this evening and chose instead to disappear in a taxi. Thank you.
What did he say?
Thinks Roach has been on the bottle again. Had a bundle with this bloke or something and arrested him. Thinks the reason Ted's gone off is to sober up.
Whatever gave him that idea?
So why has Roach vanished?
It's obvious, Sarge. He's with this woman.
I want you to get onto Le Gourmet and find out if Sergeant Roach ordered a cab, and if so, where it was going. If necessary, get onto the cab company.
Yes, sir.
And then let me know.
Sarge, have a word. It's about what you said. Put my name down as arresting officer.
You're joking, aren't you?
I don't want Ted to get into any trouble.
It's too late now.
As you said, the man was drunk and I did witness it.
You should have made your mind up earlier.
I thought Ted was going to show.
I had to inform the duty officer, otherwise it would have been me on the chopping block.
Well, we can still do it now.
No, not now, not unless Munro agreed.
You don't think he will?
You've just spoken to him, haven't you?
If we explained it to him.
You know Mr. Munro.
Maybe if you waited a while.
Don't blame me. I had to keep the custody record in order.
Yeah, but...
If Roach is in trouble, he's only got himself to blame.
Yeah.
Don't get the hump with me.
But we don't know what's happened, Sarge. We could have covered for him a bit better.
Sarge, the divisional surgeon's here.
Sir, Stringer's located the cab service.
And Sergeant Roach?
Not exactly, sir. The taxi dropped him at the end of his road.
Oh, good. Well, get on to his home.
We tried, but there's no reply, sir.
What the hell does he think he's doing? Send a unit round there.
Yes, sir.
I didn't ask to be examined.
Are you ever going to stop complaining?
No.
Yeah,
I don't want to be
come
examined.
Can't take that bloke. He's a real snob.
Asked to be examined.
Hey!
I told you, I don't want to be.
Well, that's fine with us.
I don't want to. Why don't you ever listen to me, you thick oik?
It's not at all what I'd expected. You know what I mean? Seems a bit too rare, I've heard it.
Well, I think if I'd fancy a restaurant scene afford this.
Well, got a bit of a feminine touch here, Ted. Floral wallpaper. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, well.
Yeah. Oh well, better give Penny the good news. Sarah Oscar from 363 receiving over.
Yes, Tom?
Ah, sir. I was wondering, Stamp's approached me with an idea.
Oh, yes?
This D&D, James. Stamp witnessed the offence. He's put his name forward as arresting officer.
And you agree with that idea?
Get us out of a problem, wouldn't it?
Out of one and into another. Why should we stick our necks out for someone like D.S. Roach, who doesn't give a damn anyway?
No, sir.
I don't think much of this idea, Tom, and I'm a bit surprised you've come to me with it.
Well, like I said, sir, it was Stamp's idea. I think he was just trying to be helpful.
How senior CID officers deal with Roach is up to them. The less I have to do with him, the better.
Excuse me, sir. Cadbury's asked me to inform you Reg and Steve have been to Roach's flat. He's not been back there.
Well, where is he?
Steve reckons he might be at Cheers. Goes there sometimes.
Right. Tell him to find him and bring him in here. Now.
Yeah?
Looking for Ted Roach.
You had me worried.
Your friends have arrived.
Oh, no. It's a bust. Oh, lads. Fancy a quick one?
We're on duty, Ted. Monroe's having one of his airy fits. Wants you back at the station.
What for?
How drunk you arrested.
I didn't arrest him. I just handed him over to your boys. You sure you don't want one?
Yeah, we all had to explain that to Mr. Monroe. He's getting a bit hot under the collar.
It's not my problem. I'm off duty.
Oh, come on, Ted, it won't take, no?
Monroe doesn't tell me what to do when I'm off duty, right?
OK. OK. Sierra Oscar, 1171.
Well, Hollis has spoken to Roach, sir. He says he never arrested the man.
Well, what happened then?
I don't know, sir. He says he didn't arrest him.
He isn't going to get off it that easily. And let me speak to Hollis.
I don't understand why they're annoyed with you.
Oh, it's just one prat. I'm not going to worry about it.
But if you hadn't have done anything, he would have ended up hitting someone.
Oh, that's for sure.
I'm just glad you weren't hurt.
Well, that's the way it is. Police work is 99% sheer boredom and 1% sheer terror.
I think you were very brave.
Oh, you say the nicest things.
There you go.
Nice to have met.
Sorry, Sarge. Monroe's ordered you to return to the station.
What is wrong with him? Tell him I'll see him in the morning.
Yeah, he sounds angry. Ted, he wants to work with you.
I'm off duty.
Get Roach on this radio now.
Yeah, there's a bit of problem with reception, sir.
Don't play silly buggers with me.
What should I tell him?
Tell him he can stick it.
Tell him Roach has left. Yeah, the problem is he's left, sir.
He's on his way back.
Yeah, he's on his way back somewhere, sir.
What do you mean?
He left in a taxi, sir, with this, companion.
Get round to his flat and tell him to ring me straight away.
You heard what's been happening?
If this wasn't serious, it'd be a joke.
No.
You know what it is? It's Munro versus CID, isn't it? He's convinced Roach is trying to put one over on us.
I don't believe that. Ted's just having a night out, trying to get his leg over.
Yeah, but we've got to do something.
Well, why don't you release him then, with a caution?
I'm not taking that to Munro. He's already got me down as the monocle mutineer.
You sort everything out.
Look, Munro's after blood. The longer this night goes on, the less he cares whose it is.
I've had this with Munro before. You're the custody sergeant. Don't let him tread all over you.
Look out. Here's Count Dracula. Yeah, so apart from that, everything's quiet.
Oh, that's right then.
This D&D, it's about time for his review. I gather he's still not been charged.
No, sir.
I'll see the prisoner now.
What are you doing? Roach won't be back till morning. I can't stay up all night talking to you, Reg.
Well, why don't you sleep during the day?
Same reason Roach doesn't sleep at night.
Yeah, well, we look pretty silly if Roach comes back and we're dozing up.
You stay awake then.
I want to make a complaint.
He's been complaining all evening, sir.
What is it?
I have been dragged in here, put in this disgusting little cell for absolutely no reason at all.
I understand you were drunk.
Then why haven't I been charged? How long is this going to take?
You won't be kept any longer than is necessary, sir.
Right. Now, am I going to have to do this through my solicitor, or do you have an official complaints form?
Yes, we do, sir.
I thought you must. I'm sure you get plenty of complaints.
From plenty of drunks, so what are you whinging about?
Sergeant.
I was bundled out of a restaurant by another one of your oiks. For complaining about the service, I was then duffed up on the street and arrested on a spurious charge of drunk and disorderly.
Really?
Yes, really. I think your officers behaved in an overzealous manner. I was not drunk, I was angry. I just had a couple of drinks.
It was obviously a couple too many, sir.
Rubbish!
I've no doubt there'll be a difference of opinion, but I'll make sure we get the details of your complaint. All right, Sergeant.
What's happening now?
Sir, the prisoner should be released or charged.
Well, we're both aware of the problem.
Then we should release him, sir.
On the contrary, Sergeant. If he was to leave here under the influence of alcohol, step out into the road and fall under a car, we'd be held responsible.
In my opinion, he's no longer under the influence, sir. I think he's being detained unnecessarily.
Has the prisoner had any refreshment?
No, sir.
Well, then get him a cup of tea. And get him a complaints leaflet.
Can I have a word, sir?
Yes, Ali.
It occurred to me we could caution the man and let him go.
I don't see how this matter involves you, Alec.
I have 2 officers on my relief sitting outside Roach's door. It strikes me as not being the most effective use of manpower, that's all.
Thank you for your advice.
If there's a problem with Roach, maybe it should be sorted out in private instead of involving the relief.
It might well be that we have to let this man go with a caution.
It's a good option, sir.
Thanks to Sergeant Roach, it's our only option.
Glad to see you keeping an eye on my road.
We've been waiting for you.
Sorry, Ted. Governor wants you to give him a ring.
He's had you waiting outside my flat all night just for that?
I'm afraid so.
This had better be a joke, because I'm going to get some sleep.
Honest, Ted. Munro wants you back at the Nick.
Is he nuts? It's 4:30 in the morning. I'm going to bed.
I'll give you a lift if you like.
Listen, you tell that little prat. If he wants to speak to me, I'll be booking on at 9. In the meantime, lads, it's been a long and fruitful night.
I've sorted it all out. Looks like we're going to let him go with a caution.
Who says?
Had a word with Munro. I told him cut out all the niggly bits and get on with the job.
What did he say?
Sergeant Peters, I'd like you to take personal responsibility and bring Detective Sergeant Roach in here now.
Yes, sir. Do you know where we find him?
It appears he's finally arrived home.
Where is he? Peters is talking him round. We just want to get back to the Nick before he's brought in.
What do you reckon Munro's going to do to Roach?
We're more interested in what Roach is going to do to Munro. See you later.
We've
tried everything, Ted, but this is an order.
What is wrong with that man?
He's an inspector.
He's not my inspector.
It doesn't matter. Oh, come on, Ted, I'm surprised at you. You know the story. When you're off duty, you should never get involved.
Man is a maniac.
What are you lot hanging around for?
Same reason as you.
What do you think this is, Saturday morning pictures?
Yeah, double feature.
What's all this about, Tony?
What do you mean?
I didn't arrest the guy. I left him for you lads.
You didn't make that clear.
You dozy prat. I was off duty. If I arrested every D&D I saw, I'd never get home.
You just hauled him out of the restaurant. If you'd have told us...
It was obvious. Tom, there's been a misunderstanding.
That's an understatement. Come through.
Good luck, Ted. Yeah, good luck, Ted.
I've got a blank sheet because of you.
There's been some confusion because I never arrested the guy. All right, I'm partly to blame. I set the stamp that he was a D&D.
He was sure you were the arresting officer.
I should have made it clear.
If it hadn't been for Munro, I'd have put Stamp's name down anyway.
I know, that's why I couldn't see what the problem was.
Ah, Roach.
Genuine mistake, sir. We've got the matter cleared up.
Yeah, I never arrested the guy, you see.
How very convenient. Do you have your pocketbook with you?
Yeah, but I never recorded anything about the incident. Why would I?
I want your pocketbook.
Why?
I'm giving you an official caution.
What for?
Dereliction of duty.
That's ridiculous.
That's an order, Sergeant Roach.
Have you just had a brain clot or something? He told you what happened. Would you like to see me salute, sir?
Hey, Ted, it's late.
No. Would you like to see me salute, sir? Because it's prats like you that make this job not worth doing anymore.
Don't be silly.
Listen, Ted, you haven't had much sleep, mate, eh?
For your sake, Roach, I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
I'm going to Brownlow. This is victimization.
Got work to do.
You think I am going to let him get away with that? What does he think, that I'm still in school or something? I've been in the job twice as long as he has.
Hey, calm down, eh, Ted?
What does he think he is doing? I ought to go out there and teach him the facts of life. An official caution in front of everyone in the custody area. He didn't need to do that. That was personal. I mean, the man must have a serious personality failure. I mean, he doesn't know what he's doing half the time. He doesn't know what he's doing all of the time.
An official caution. What's it matter?
It's not going to affect your chances of promotion.
I don't get promotion because of tykes like him.
No one's going to see it in your pocketbook. Who's going to care?
I care.
Don't. Just forget about it.
He had me out there in front of half of Sunhill Nick. You think I'm going to forget that?
You'll come out of this all right, Ted. Everyone's going to think Munro's a jerk.
Munro is a jerk.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, son. After all that, Munro's decided to let the D&D off with a caution. He's done that on purpose.
So help me, I will smack that man in the mouth.
Come on, Reg.
How do you work with that bloke, Munro?
Sometimes he just wants blood. He's like a pit bull, he won't let go. We've decided to call him Dracula. Instead of saluting him, you've got to give him the sign of the cross.
Stick a stake in him.
Come on, Ted, look, I'll give you a lift home before the end of relief.
I'm not going home. I'm going to stay and see Brownlow.
You won't be here for another 3 hours.
I'll wait.
Oh, come on, Ted, forget it. You're not going to get anywhere.
It's always my problem, isn't it?
What's that?
What happened?
We just let him go, sir, and he put a brick through the window.
Well, I hope no one expects me to deal with that.
Well, I had a busy side.
Right, best of order. Make way there. Well, you'll be pleased to hear that early turn haven't left us anything unpleasant. Apart from a rather unfortunate accident in cell 2, which you can deal with quinine. You're jailer PC today. Find a cleaner somewhere.
Cheers, Skip.
Now, Sergeant Cryer's off duty, so Kathy Marshall's going to be acting sergeant.
Right, Sarge.
You're on the cab room, Kathy, with Young and Ford. Loxton, 3 beat. Stamp, 2 beat. Well, have a look in the off licence at Taylor Road, will you? Make sure they haven't any more trouble.
Will do.
Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, everyone.
Ackland and Garfield, Panda 1. Hollis, Panda 2.
Oh, great. Thanks, sir.
Except Early Turner had problems with Panda 2. He's out of commission for the rest of today, so you can take one beat.
Oh, right, Skip.
Stringer, front desk.
Sarge.
Now, I'll be out and about keeping an eye on all of you. Right, I've finished, sir, unless there's anything you want to say.
Nothing specific. If everything's been said, parade is dismissed.
Why are you here wasting my constable's time?
What do you mean? I was told to.
Oh, yeah?
Look, I don't want to have to come in here every week, do I? I'm only doing what the judge said.
Well, don't bother then.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you, eh? Get me into trouble. I'm staying out this time.
Thank you, Mr. Skinner.
I've not put a foot wrong so far. I'm not going to. Too much to lose.
Oh, yeah, how's that then, Harold?
I met someone. She's worth staying out for.
Oh, yeah? Punter stopped paying for her services then?
Don't you say nothing about her, all right? Just don't you say nothing.
On your way, Skinner.
My brief reckons I've got a good chance. I'll show you.
What, who's in charge here? God loves an optimist, doesn't he, PC Stringer?
He loves everybody, Sarge.
That's the best argument for atheism I've heard yet. More form than Shergar, and he gets bail. Magistrates.
It seems nobody reported it, sir, because nobody noticed it.
How could anybody not notice it?
Sunhill Police Station, good
Hole diggers
afternoon.
dug their hole and shuffled off to dig another one.
The way they do.
Exactly.
Sunhill, can I help you?
Can I have your name and address,
someone
please?
walks off with a full kit of traffic lights. Wonderful.
No, I need your name and address first, please, sir.
A what?
Had we
The
been
smell.
notified about the roadworks?
Afraid so.
This is the police, madam. Are you sure it's us you want?
I assume Alec is getting it sorted.
Traffic's on the move again now. I've left Loxton with it at the moment. Over.
I bet he's happy, man. Have you got a minute to pop round to Attlee Street?
Attlee Street? Yeah, I suppose so. What's going on then?
Reported a disturbance. Something to do with a smell.
Smell? What kind of smell?
I know, Sarge. They didn't say.
Yeah, I'll take a look. Sierra Oscar from 9-6, over.
Go ahead, Skip.
Yeah, this disturbance at Attlee Street, there's a crowd gathering. Any pandas available?
Panda 1's around.
Stop throwing stuff! What are you doing?
Sierra Oscar 85 receiving, over.
What is your present location?
Where are we, Jen?
Temple Road.
Yeah, we're in Temple Road, over.
Could you go to Attlee Street to assist Sergeant Peters with a disturbance, over?
It's all right for you, pal. You don't have to live here.
No point throwing stones. He's not there, is he, sir?
What is your
only rule there?
Wait, what do you think you're doing?
Drop that! Oh, God, that is enough of this. Any more of this, sir, and you are nicked. You understand me?
Ain't it marvellous, eh? He causes all the trouble, we get run in.
He is causing no trouble as far as I can see.
No trouble?
Now, shut up!
Where
Where
is
is
this
this no
bottle?
sense of
It's round the
smell,
back,
mate?
that's where you can smell it. Smell it? You can cut it with a bloody knife.
All right, you, sir, you show me where it is. The rest of you can go home.
What's going on?
What about
George,
our
there's a
kids?
bad smell
We
around
ought
the
to get
back
the
here. I
old
want
officer.
you to come with me. June, make sure this lot leaves. You lot, come here.
I'm not leaving.
How much further is it?
No, just this one here. This one here, that.
Oh, this one.
I see what you mean. That's pen and ink a bit, doesn't it?
We
eh?
think it's his drains.
Well, it's a council job then, isn't it?
Oh, the council won't come unless he calls them, will they?
Well, he hasn't.
That ain't drains,
He hasn't
mate.
called 'em?
No. Well, do you see any workmen here?
Well, no, not really.
Doesn't smell like drains to me, I tell you.
What do you think it is then?
Well, I'd say something definitely dropped dead round here, wouldn't you, Sarge?
So you find out, won't you, George? Give you a leg up.
Oh, Sarge! Go on, let me go. Oh, go on. Yeah, all right, Sarge, I'm on my way.
You all right, George? Any luck?
No.
Better if it rained, I suppose. Did a bit myself when I was...
Hey! What's going on?
It's all right, she's all right. Ambulance required urgently. Footbridge over the river, near King William Park.
All right,
No, mate. Okay, she's all right.
She's breathing.
Sarge,
What's the matter, George? What is it? You all right?
I found it. It's over here.
Found what? What is it?
Look.
A
never meant it. I didn't. I never meant to do it. It wasn't my fault.
She seems all right. Had to give her mouth to mouth.
Good job you were around. Colin, did she?
Nah, Yob's through. Probably trying to mug her mother. She's in shock, not talking.
If I could get my hands on those kids, I'd kill them.
I'll get your chance. I think I know one of them.
No, they weren't local.
Yeah, good luck then.
Yeah, I did.
Good. Well, after you had your tetanus jabs, come make a statement.
Jabs?
Yeah, we've done what's in that room. Yeah.
You don't have to say any more, do you understand?
I just tipped him out the window. I couldn't think of anything else to do with him. Then I couldn't look. You understand? I couldn't look at him. Couldn't even go out there anymore.
CID are on their way over with the roadshow, Sarge, and have been informed.
Why don't you take him down to the station before they arrive? Then you can put your name on the custody record.
Oh, cheers, Sarge. Never had a murder before.
I've been expecting you, you know. I've been expecting you for a hell of a time.
Stop!
Sierra Oscar from 363, over.
Go ahead, Steve.
No, they held me up. They had a gun. They had a gun.
I've got a lorry hijack on a Carlton industrial estate. Suspect vehicles, 2 transit vans, 1 orange, 1 light blue. Didn't get the registration, over.
They're nearly finished. Mother and child are being kept in. But I'll need some transport for Skinner.
Okay, Tony, someone will pick you up.
Sue, do me a favour. See what Ron's got on Marcus Taylor. I'm sure he's one of the kids responsible.
Will do.
Thanks, Sue. Let's send the car. Take us back to the station.
Great. Must have been 3 weeks ago now. It was late. It all got out of hand. He said it was going. Started putting clothes in a bag. I lost control and hit him. I had the bottle in my hand. He fell to the floor, so I panicked. I was drunk. I thought if it looked like suicide, it would be all right. I pushed him out of the window, but after that, I couldn't do anything.
Well, let's hope this one can be cleared up quickly.
I don't expect it to be drawn out. A couple of hours and we'll be off.
No press conference?
I don't think this sort of domestic murder warrants high-profile coverage, Inspector.
A good job they didn't take that line with Crippen, if you want anything.
What's Emmett doing here?
Body's turned up in Ashley Street. Straightforward domestic by the look of it.
Oh, well, even Meadows should be able to solve that one then, eh?
Well, we found the body and arrested the suspect, so it shouldn't be too hard for them.
Oh, dear, we do all the work. They get all the credit. Makes you wonder where they get their attitude from.
Same place CID get theirs, Ted.
Any identification?
Yes, there's a driver's license. Name's Mark Johnson.
Alec,
Yeah.
Garfield's taking him in.
That's right, sir. Him and Ackland.
Was he cautioned?
Yeah, of course he was.
All right, look, it's a good, clean result. I just don't want anything going silly on me, that's all.
Don't worry, your back's covered.
Pity his wasn't.
Did Sue ask you about Marcus Taylor?
Yeah, it's on the cabinet.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's it.
No problem, Tom. I'll put it back myself.
Oh, cheers.
Can I get one?
Kettle's out there.
Thank you. My clothes dry yet?
Just about, I should think.
Check them for me, will ya?
Just get on with the statement. We'll catch these guys before someone is seriously hurt.
Thought we could have a chance to help someone, that's all.
He's got better things to do than chase around after you.
Don't know why I'm bothering with all this anyway. You can read all about it in the Evening Echo. Hero rescues child victim of teenage hoodlums.
Indulge us. We like our own personally autographed copy. We don't get many heroes in here.
Yeah, it's no wonder the way you treat them. It's worse than being nicked. You wouldn't think I was a, what's name, a credit to the community.
Sentiments exactly.
That's what the paper's going to say.
I only read the racing results.
That reporter was well impressed.
They shouldn't give nice girls jobs like that.
Sarge. Hello. You come to see whether I've given you a mention?
I think I might know who one of the kids was.
No, listen. I couldn't tell you what they looked like, and I was closer than you.
You said you got a good look at them before.
I didn't.
This bloke lives on the Kingbridge estate.
Look, they weren't local. I'm telling you, they weren't.
We talk somewhere else.
Get on with your statement.
Black kid was Marcus Taylor. I've checked his picture in the collators.
Previous?
Oh, he does live on the Kingbridge.
Yeah, of course. Okay, Tony. We'll have him in for a chat.
Listen, I've had enough of this. I want to go home.
Just sit down.
Look, you can't keep me here. I come in, made a statement, now I'm leaving.
You're not going anywhere dressed like that. That's government property.
You don't think I'm going to nick it, do ya?
You're not going to get the chance.
Then give me my clothes.
Finish your tea.
You busy?
I was hoping to get away early.
Listen, this won't take long. I want you to pull Marcus Taylor in. He's got previous. You'll get an address and a photo at the collator's office.
I'm on a promise, Ted.
He lives on the Kingbridge.
Oh,
so you
hell.
need to take someone with you. Someone who's quick on their feet.
Someone?
Listen, we are talking about a guy who tried to kill a 3-year-old child. Now, I would have thought that your hot date would have taken second place to that.
Yes, all right.
I want to sort it out today.
I see your mate Meadows is around.
Yeah, I've seen him. Shouldn't you be somewhere else?
Marcus Taylor.
That's the kiddie.
Nice easy one this time. Lover's tiff by the sound of it. Things got out of hand and the unfortunate Mr. Johnson ends up on the patio.
Must have been a big woman to throw him out of that.
Not that type of lover.
Puffs, great. Have you got a suspect?
Back at the station.
Who took him?
PC Garfield.
Well, I'll want to talk to him, so I trust it'll be made available for me to see him.
Of course.
Anyone talk to the neighbours?
WPC Ackland. Not much help, just a lot of hostility.
Yeah, well, we'll take some statements. She might have missed something. You know what these WPCs are like.
She's an experienced WPC.
Yeah.
Skinner's clothes.
What about them?
Must be dry by now.
Suddenly we're a valet service for tow rags.
He's a born-again hero, mate.
You believe that? You believe anything?
You don't reckon it?
How many convictions has Skinner got? 3? 4?
All minor stuff, though.
No, not all of it. There's a few ABHs and an aggravated burglary. New Leaf, do me a favour.
You think he's involved?
I think he's desperate to stay out this time.
Pleading guilty and then put this up in mitigation.
Like to draw your lordship's attention to the heroic action of my client. What was he doing by the river anyway?
Quiet walk.
Handy that the water's shallow where he jumped in then.
Wasn't it just? Stamp reckons that Marcus Taylor's involved. But out of his league, though, not the usual juvenile aggravation.
Pick Taylor up, see what he says.
Dashwood's gone. Skinner would have to be seriously stupid to risk a charge of attempted murder just to get off on robbery.
Skinner's a cocky git with the IQ of this table.
So as custody sergeant, how do you go about keeping him a while longer?
Arrest him on suspicion.
Might blow up in our faces.
How suspicious are you?
Suspicious enough.
I must ask you to sign the custody record to confirm that you've been informed of your rights and that you've been given written notice setting out those rights. Also that you've been given a written notice of caution. I must ask you to indicate on the record whether you wish legal advice at this stage.
I want a solicitor. Now. I don't believe you lot. I come in here to help and I get arrested.
Just sign the book, Skinner.
Don't Skinner me. You'll feed me up. Should have let it drown.
Then the charge wouldn't have been attempted murder.
I'll have you. Wrongful arrest, harassment, the lot. You've got no evidence, pig.
No need to be formal, Harold.
So you're the muscle man, are you, Mike?
All I'm saying is if they recognise you and do a run, I'll be waiting for them at the top of the stairs. I want to get this sewn up quickly, so does Ted Roach. I think he wants to stick 2 fingers up at Meadows.
Boys will be boys. So what if they recognise me and put the boot in?
I'll be watching from here.
Oh, cheers.
Look, Viv, do you want to do this or not?
All right. What number is it?
27. Down there on the end.
Hey, are you from the council?
No, I'm not.
Marcus Taylor?
Who wants him?
I do.
And who are you?
Your mum and dad in?
No.
Older brother or sister?
Janice!
Yep. I'm WDC Martella from Sun Hill Police. Marcus fits the description of a youth seen earlier today throwing a baby in the river. I'd like him to come down to the station.
What are you talking about?
I'm arresting him for attempted murder.
What? I didn't do anything. What are you talking about? Better come in.
How long had it been parked there?
About 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
What about the driver?
His name's Davis. He's by the car. He's a bit shaken up.
The Atlee Street body. Make sure your notes are made up. Meadows might want a word. Hello, I'm DCI Ray, Sun Hill. How you bearing up?
All right. Shame about the registration numbers. You better hang on here, get as much as you can. Hopefully the soccer won't be too long.
You know, Steve, I don't think he trusts you.
All right, Gus. You wanted to see me, sir?
Oh, yeah.
PC Garfield, sir.
You're the one that arrested Cresswell?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Why?
Ah, you never heard of Amet? Why did you arrest him?
Well, because I had a reasonable suspicion he had committed an arrestable offence, sir.
And you know what reasonable suspicion is, do you?
Well, he did say I didn't mean to do it. That's enough, isn't it?
What about the caution?
Those are my very next words, sir.
Go on. Make your statement. And well done.
Thanks.
You'll be given a solicitor when we get to the station.
It's all right. We've got one. I'll give her a ring.
Familiar with your family, is she?
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Just wondered if she's represented you before.
Our parents use their right to buy. We had a solicitor for that. Not every black family thieves.
Okay, so you set off as usual. Then what?
I was driving along Raymond Road, turned right into Temple Road and stopped by the roadworks there. There's some temporary lights and they jumped out at me.
What, at the lights?
That's right, they were in the tent. I had my window down. They stuck a sawn-off through it. Before I knew where I was, another bloke had smashed the passenger window and had the door open. I wasn't going to argue.
A lorry full of cigarettes is a valuable load. Was there no escorting vehicle?
Nah. Well, it happens some trips. It's not very unusual.
Do you mention this lack of security to anyone? Family? Friends?
Listen, mate, I got a job I like doing. Money's okay. No one gives you grief. I don't need to get into trouble.
Happens.
Not with me.
And would Mr. Harris or Mr. Bond know when there would be any escort?
Oh, yeah, they'd know.
WDC Martella has returned with some refreshments. 3 cups of tea which will be consumed during the course of the interview. Thanks, Viv.
I'm off to the hospital to talk to the mother.
Okay. Now, this is a very serious charge, Marcus. Attempted murder. So I want you to think very carefully before you decide to answer any questions.
Look, Mr. Roach, I have explained all this to my client. There's no need for these pressurizing tactics. I have advised Marcus the best thing he can do is give you the facts.
Well, that would seem the most sensible course of action under the circumstances. Thank you. And what have you got to say, Marcus?
The first thing I want to say, it wasn't me, right? I never touched the kid. It wasn't my idea.
Well, who did it then?
What happened was we were walking along the canal.
We? Who's we?
Me, Roy Strong, and Ian Michaels. Just messing about, okay? Then this bloke comes along and offers us some money to scare the swim who's on the bridge.
And didn't that strike you as odd?
Yeah. Me and Ian kept on walking. Didn't want anything to do with it. But Roy said, yeah, how much? Then the bloke said he'd offer us 10 quid each. It was like he had to do it then. He's a nutter. He's off his head. He'll do anything.
So Roy Strong threw the child into the river?
The bloke, the one with the money, told him to. He said something like, push the kid into the river. That's when me and Ian ran off. Then the woman started screaming. Then the coppers showed up. I swear to God we had nothing to do with it.
And this guy with the money, what did he look like?
I don't know. Ordinary. Not too tall. Bad skin. I say he's about 30.
Did you recognise him again?
Yeah, I think so.
Good lad.
I'll get on to the usual sources then.
Well, hopefully we'll get a nice result.
What did Taylor come across?
Bloke in his early 30s with bad skin paid him to chuck the kid in the river.
Skinner?
Yeah, well, it has to be. Do the names Roy Strong or Ian Michaels mean anything to you?
Not really.
Well, check it out in the collator's. Now, with Taylor, we've got addresses. I want it picked up as soon as possible.
What about Skinner?
ID parade. If Taylor picks him out, we're home free. Conspiracy to commit murder, maybe even attempted murder. See what the CPS make of it.
Leave him in his spacesuit, a subtle clue for Taylor.
Yeah, wish we could.
I need someone to pick up a couple of suspects in connection with this lorry hijack. Anyone available?
Not at the moment, sir. Carver's picking up 2 juveniles in connection with this incident by the river, and Martella's on her way to the hospital to see how the mother is.
Well, are you busy?
I'm afraid so, sir. I think Skinner's involved in this river business. Mike and I are getting a parade together for a positive ID.
Looks like I'll have to do it myself then.
Well, it gets you out of the house, sir.
Well, it's nice to have got things cleared up so quickly. Will you inform the local press?
Well, it's not the kind of case I like to be associated with, to be quite honest. I don't think it merits the publicity.
Well, Sunhill came in for rather a lot of flack last time. Nice to even up the score, do something for morale at the station.
Gay love nest murder solved. You know what the press are like.
Yes, perhaps you're right. Well, nice to have met you again. It's my pleasure. Thank you for keeping me informed.
Oh, by the way, you got a good lad there in PC, Garfield.
Yes, we're very pleased with this program.
10 quid? You've got to be joking.
Can't buy loyalty at that price.
I paid some bloke 10 quid to make me look good. Do me a favour.
Well, that's what I think happened, Harold. And we're organising an ID parade to see if our witnesses can pick you out.
What witnesses? I'm the witness. I'm the one who saved the kid.
No. PC Stamp saved the kid. Had he not been there, that kid would have drowned, and that would have been down to you.
No, it's not true. I helped. Honest. I did.
Sergeant Penny tells me you've got a girlfriend. You're staying out of trouble now.
Jill. She's lovely. What's she got to do with this?
Just trying to figure you out, Harold. See if the love of a good woman is making you turn over a new leaf.
Wait till Cherie's bound me in a paper. She'll be well impressed.
You want to impress her, do you?
Yeah. Make her feel proud of me, won't it?
What does she think of your previous?
She don't like it.
Does she know you're here now?
No. She don't spare.
Maybe she'd understand.
Don't think so.
You didn't mean any harm.
No, I didn't.
You want to give her a ring?
Could do, couldn't I?
You're a lucky man.
You're right. She's a good girl.
No, not her. The river. Lucky for you it wasn't deep there.
That weren't luck, mate.
Wasn't it, Harold?
Still flying by the seat of your pants, Dad?
Still getting results, sir!